some build information about the Flobal Glyer, which was the winner of Experimental Airlines' longest wingspan competition. The wing was made up of 3 of these sections, which are 2 times 30-inch sections. Each of those 30-inch sections is an entire piece of Dollar Tree foam board. It's got 9.5 inches of paper on the bottom, and then it's folded over and glued to this 65-inch fiberglass spar, which comes from Tap Plastics. As you can see, it's foaming Gorilla Glued in there. Makes for a nice rigid wing, and very simple and quick to build. In the middle here is there's an area of plywood, and this allowed us to do a number of different configurations along with the wing joiner section. Point out this is 65 inches long, this tube, and it's got a little bit of electrical tape on the end of here to snug it up in the joiner section. Joiner section has got a piece of 3/4 inch inside diameter aluminum, and that is Gorilla Glued inside of the arm and wing, and you can see the piece of plywood in there, which was used for the fuselage mount with the nylon screw. You can see the foaming Gorilla Glue pretty well here, and it's got a bamboo skewer at the back to help keep the wings in place. So that just slides on here. First off, you can see you got a 5-inch overlap total, 10-inch section of this aluminum, and that just slides in like that. Fuselage is a triangular section. Motor mounts T section of plywood. So the T runs back down here, and there's a little corner of plywood that's all Gorilla Glued in place, pretty rigid. Also had a little bit of tape around there. Landing skid, just a piece of wire which comes up and butts into that corner of the plywood and into the plywood at the back here as well, which is the plywood that's used for the wing mount. Fuselage is 2 times 30-inch sections, so 60 inches in length total. Vertical stabilizer, in this case, has been doubled up from the original size. External servo mount, so it's C8 onto the basswood, and the basswood's hot glued onto the vertical stabilizer. We've got bamboo skewer reinforcement here and in the middle, and on the front of the horizontal stabilizers. Horizontal stabilizer width is 20 inches all the way across, and this is about 5 inches plus 1.5 inches, 5 inches and 1.5 inches at the back for the control surface. No rudder control. It's all airlon. Gift card control horn. There's the triangular section, and you can see the skewers go all the way through, and the whole thing is hot glued along with some tape, and that resulted in a pretty good connection of the stabilizers to the fuselage. Dimensions of the fuselage are 2, 2, 2, and 1 and 1. So, and with half for each of the bends, that comes to 10 inches. So you can make 2 of these sections from 1 sheet of Dollar Tree foam board. This is a broken fuselage. There's the plywood backing, and you can see which was screwed into from the top, and you can see there's a bamboo skewer reinforcement. So the construction for that backing area, and also for the joint, simply involves taking a piece of either plywood or foam board, which is cut to the same width as the remaining the paper that's left on here. In this case it's 2 inches. This slides in, glue everything in place, and when you close this up it snugs it all up very nicely and it ends up with quite a nice strong joint. For this section I additionally hot glued in another piece of bamboo skewer. And for the entire section it was then taped, and then I'd cut away areas and then just spot hot glue, just injected the hot glue into that area. So the end cap, which was really just to cover up the 2.5 inches of protruding fiberglass spar, and that was just taped in place. I also had a little piece of wire here which goes all the way around this, as you can see in there, and that just makes it a little bit more, a little bit stronger. It doesn't rely just on the hot glue to hold it in place. For the 21-foot version, the wingtips were made up of this 7-inch cord by 30-inch section of wing, which came from an old piece drone. The spar again had electrical tape on it, which made it fit snugly into the 3/4 inch fiberglass tube, and then that just slid into this cutaway, which gave it a little so the space that it required to get into the wing.